If others around you are not winning, sooner or later they assassinate you. And that happens by many ways. They assassinate you by withholding the purse string. They assassinate you by sabotaging with words. People around who are still on the fence between being a converted supporter to being a person whose vision has a hermeneutic of suspicion, to those who already don't like you, and now you just push them deeper into don't like you. I don't even know why some people stay at Mount Eric. They haven't liked me for 28 years, but they keep showing up. Sometimes I wish I get a right-handed fellowship to new members. I want to give the left-handed dismissal to others, right? You can edit that part out, please. Yeah. Because where there is no vision, the people perish. Rabbi Jonathan Sachs writes this: vision is what permits us to transform the maintenance of institutions into a constant renewal of the common good. Now, the old preachers used to have this same modality without the capacity to articulate it. Here's what they used to say: growing, vibrant churches always need a pew battle going on and a project that needs financial seeding.
Say that again.
That's what they used to believe. If you take spotlight off of yourself when you let some war in the congregation persist. So don't put that fire out, because now everybody's talking about them. That's what they used to believe. Everybody's talking about them. So-and-so got pregnant, so-and-so fired somebody from the C-suite. They used to sit next to each other and worship, and now look, they're on the opposite sides, and that's what the people are talking about. The old preacher used to say, you stoke that. But it's a shame, isn't it, what happened to so-and-so when they, I can't believe Christians would act like that. I wouldn't have done that, but which side you on? It's either that, or every time you finish a project, you start another project to have a capital campaign, to have a new demand for stewardship. That's what they used to believe, that there's the capacity to transform the maintenance of institutions into constant renewal. I think about that differently now. I think about transformational, spiritual transformational seasons. I shape my preaching around themes that create renewal. So we've been riding this high crest coming out of COVID, but it's been a grind. It's been a grind trying to get people back to church, trying to help people to deal with the trauma that they experienced while we were going through COVID. What has happened with job changes, the number of people who in COVID made the decision, I don't need to do what I'm doing like this for the rest of my life, so I'm going to early retire and find things that make my heart sing, all that kind of stuff. So I started 2025 with the theme of enjoying Jesus, because it's been such a grind just with the new president, the administration, the things that are happening globally. It was mentioned earlier what's happening to some of our black entertainment icons and some of our black clergy and all those kind of things. I just wanted my congregation to remember we are not in this thing called kingdom reality and kingdom building for it to be a daily drudgery. We're in this so that the joy Jesus prayed we would possess would be made complete. What that creates for my congregation is a renewal of interest. And I try to do that seasonally to always keep some different spiritual expectation on the radar screen. Now, of course, you need to do this on the staff level. I wish we had all day to talk about this kind of stuff on the staff level, and signage and imaging and branding and all those things. And it's helping to create a culture where nobody says, this is the way we've always done it. I knew somebody in here suffers like me. Why are we even talking about doing this differently? It's the way we've always done it, right? That's not our calling, to maintain the institutional traditions of the congregation, even though some of them are worthy to be maintained. But even that is to be maintained needs new clothing. Right? All right. From vision to execution, how does that journey look? For us as pastors, it is always a desert experience. And that means we are standing in the gap between time that has been promised and fulfillment. Because we see something has been disclosed to us far earlier than it catches on fire in the congregation. And that's what I call that desert experience, the betwixt and between. Because now I have to calculate when is the right time to articulate it and how to articulate it.